How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for one person and one person only tonight. That man's name is John F. Kennedy, also known as Jack or JFK, or mostly known as our 35th President of the United States of America. We're all here today to honor a man that has done nothing but bring great success to our country in any aspect, such as politics or etc., education. I mean, come on, people. He sent a man to the moon. In other words, he made the impossible possible. After years of being around John and being a friend of his, I have become to know him quite well. And I know everyone in America knows he's a great man, but no one truly understands how great of a man he really is. I figured out how great of a man he is from being around him for many of years. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean it, he is truly a great individual. So let's cut to the chase so you can really understand how educated, smart, and good-hearted this man by the name of JFK is. Today, I want to honor a man by the name of John Fitzgerald Kennedy for everything he has done for this country. First, I want to give you guys a vivid image of John's early life and background. Then I'll take you through specific contributions of Mr. John F. Kennedy. And finally, I want to wrap up by showing you the inspiration that JFK's work has inspired others. So first things first, ladies and gentlemen, JFK's background. Some of you might not know the full history of John F. Kennedy, but that's why I'm here today. John's background's like most other politicians that graduated from Harvard. Absolutely astounding. A lot of people in this building right now have graduated from Harvard, but I promise you, none of y'all are more unique than John F. Kennedy. John started his career at Harvard University in 1963, according to Lindell. He was head of he was a part of the swim team and the sailing team, and actually even won the Macmillan Cup in 1938 while attending Harvard University, which was stated by Lindell also. Has been much better in athletics than he was in school. He was known around the school as a C average student, according to DeCosta, but the world didn't know that a C average student could create a huge impact on America like the way he did. After college, Mr. Kennedy admitted himself to World War II, according to Silverstone. And Kennedy even made more of a name of himself by, during the war in the South Pacific, their ship collided with the Japanese destroyer, and he swam and led 10 men to an island of safety during that time, which gave him his name as a hero. After serving in the war, Kennedy took actions in politics. And then, after his action in politics, shortly he became known as the youngest president ever, Mr. John F. Kennedy. He became the 35th president in 1961, according to DeCosta. And after becoming the president, JFK became interested in civil rights movement and started the Peace Corps, according to Silverstone. That's just a small portion of what JFK's astounding background. But what's more important is what JFK contributed to this country.
During his time in office, President John F. Kennedy made a huge impact on the United States. He was in office at a very important time in the United States. He was in office during Vietnam and civil rights movement, and these are major things that shaped the United States into the country it is today. Articles, there are plenty of articles about our president, but particularly I love the article from Mike.com where it lists 5 of his very major contributions to the United States. For one, he became the first United States American president to be Catholic, so he had a Catholic religion. Second, he was credited for preventing nuclear war, and this comes at a time during the Cold War where America's very scared of Russia, and we're in a nuclear race, and we're racing for science and the moon and trying to get there first. He was getting there first, and he's preventing for keeping that suppressed dying down and keeping us from a nuclear war. He also he put a large emphasis on public service. And like again, this was during the time where a lot of people are protesting. We're upset about Vietnam. We're upset about civil rights, and we want change. And he wanted people to know that America needed help. So he emphasized public services. He gave his famous speech, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." He also established the Peace Corps, and also, speaking of nuclear war and racing to the moon, he also is famous for he's the president that really helped us achieve go to the moon because he put a lot of money into science and for us to study science and study of space groups programs and NASA and stuff like that. He funded a lot of that. PBS did an article on his contribution to civil rights and how he met with famous civil rights leaders like um, Dr. Martin Luther King, and contributed in that way. And another article from JFK.org gave just insight on how he shaped America with his policies and with his different beliefs. So,
John F. Kennedy can easily be known as a president that's worth honoring. His fortunate upbringing gave him the advantage to be able to be a person that could contribute to society and inspire all to make a world a better place. It's unfortunate that he never got to see his way through his whole presidency. However, he is the most acknowledged leader throughout the world that is still recognized today.